Good morning, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Welcome to Industry Beacon, where we shine a light on the trailblazers, the disruptors, and the leaders shaping our future. And in each episode, we'll explore how they're staying ahead in their fields, one industry at a time. We're in for a tasty treat this morning as we talk about the darling dessert of Japan, Mochi. Its lesser-known variant is finally in the Philippines with the opening of Warabimochi Kamakura just last month. It's a beloved brand in Japan that's been making waves globally with branches in the US, Hong Kong, Australia, Singapore, and China. How's the reception been here in Manila? Joining us now is the co-owner and general manager of Warabimochi Kamakura, Victoria Riingen. Victoria, or Tisha as I call you, welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I asked you to come today because, wow, the reception has been wow. Tell me, how did you start this whole process? Because you took us for a ride. We didn't even know it's coming. It just like exploded in our faces, basically.
Yeah, well, even for us, the reception has been overwhelming. So when I first discovered the brand, it was already very, very, very popular in Singapore.
In Singapore,
I used to live in Singapore. And even my friends would come up to me and share with me how they lined up for hours under the heat for this thing called Warabimochi, which at that time I'd never heard of. All I knew was mochi. Okay, I love mochi. And I decided, you know what? If my friends would line up under the heat for that, let me give it a shot. So
you didn't believe people lining up in restaurants?
In Singapore, everyone lines up there. But when your own friends, word of mouth is so strong, do it themselves, you just want to be able to try it as well. So I went, and when I tried it, I thought, you know what, this would be perfect in the Philippines. It combines everything we Filipinos love, Japanese, desserts, sweets, and, snacks. We love to snack.
And a little bit of savory.
Yes, a little bit of savory.
Yes, so, like, for example, we're watching, there's the video is playing back right now, and there's a major line. So I just want to know, how long did the process take you from trying to get the franchise to the Philippines?
Well, for us, it was fairly quick, just because when we had approached the brand Warabimochi Kamakura, they told us that every country in Southeast Asia approached them the same year except Vietnam. So we were one of the last to acquire the franchise in the region. And we were very fortunate because there were other Filipinos who pitched to them, but they decided to go with us. What was
the X factor of Victoria Ringen and your partner getting the franchise?
Well, I think it's a lot about doing your research and making sure you're prepared. Very simplistic to say, but for me, I think what the kicker really was something as simple as us bringing a Japanese translator to the meeting. So being able to communicate with them properly, I think that was a big factor as well.
Right. So tell me about your business partner. Who is your business partner?
My business partner is someone who I just started doing business with the first time. I was scared to go into business with her, but I had to let my pride down and approach her because she has franchised other restaurants before, so I thought she'd be the perfect person. And this partner is my mom.
I love your build-up. It sounds like you're partnering with, a super mall owner or like.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness! So I like that. I'm so afraid. I swallowed my pride. I was afraid my business partner is my mother.
Yes.
So how did you convince her to bring the brand?
Well, I think it's also how we were able to convince our fellow Filipinos to try this very new concept. It was just a matter of bringing her to the store and trying the product itself. And I think that's why we have also been very successful, is because we're very confident in the product. We're not afraid to give it away for free, and just as long as we get it in as many hands as possible. If they try it, if they like it, that's how we get people in our doors.
Okay, you've been open for 4 weeks. A little over?
A little over 3.
A little over 3 weeks.
Yes.
And now you're on TV, we're talking about it. Because when we do our research on people that we'd like to guest on the show, it's something that's groundbreaking, industry leader. You're very different because I became very interested because you're sold out every day without marketing.
Yes.
How is that
yes.
possible?
So we are sold out not because, we limit how many we want to sell.
Yeah.
We're at maximum capacity. So we make as many Warabimochi as we can to cater to everyone. But the reception has really just been overwhelming because a few days before opening, we sent the boxes of Warabimochi to as many people as we knew. And the word of mouth is very strong. And people really loved it enough to be able to put their authority out there and say, you know what, I'm going to share this. And people, curiosity sparked naturally. So when they lined up, got their boxes, the next day we saw most of the people come back for a second. So, for example, on our second day, someone came in and bought 200 pieces of Warabimochi.
Pardon me?
She bought 200 pieces.
I heard you, but I don't understand it.
I know.
Why?
I was so surprised. So I asked her, and she said she wanted to gift it to everyone in her family. And I said, okay. Last week, she came back and she bought 14 more boxes, which is 140 pieces again. So she wanted to give it to more people. So I guess the reception to her was also very
thank
positive.
you, whoever you are, ma'am, for the support. So, okay, you said you're at maximum capacity already.
Yes.
In any business, scaling is the big deal, right?
Yes.
So how are you going to fix that supply and demand issue, which is a good one, actually?
Yeah, so not all, but the main ingredients, we actually import from Japan.
Okay.
So being able to manage the times of our shipment, definitely that's one, but also getting a bigger kitchen. So the recommended number of these machines to make the Warabimochi was, for our size of store, was just one. But from the reception that we've been seeing, it looks like we need more than one. So for the next store, we'll definitely invest in more of the infrastructure in our kitchen as well as more ingredients.
Okay, you, as you mentioned a while ago, you used to live in Singapore and you don't believe in lines because you think they're just a trend?
Yes. I don't think it's just a trend, but it's a signal of you're not really sure whether people are lining up because of the hype or if it's good. So my personal measure is if your customers do line up the first time and come back.
Okay.
So more on repeat customers.
Which you've already accomplished. You know where I'm going with this question, right? So are you afraid that Warabimochi will be a trend?
I don't think so. So if you look at the Warabimochi culture in Japan itself, there are many, many specialty shops of Warabimochi already. It was created hundreds of years ago. And it only just got popular now in around the globe outside of Japan. So I think it's more about being able to innovate and really modernize this Warabimochi tradition. And I think this brand specifically, Warabimochi Kamakura, was able to already find ways to globalize outside of Japan. So they released a lot of limited edition flavors. This month, we just released our Valentine's Day limited edition, and we will continue to be able to do that with new flavors.
Wow. So are you prepared for Valentine's? Because, you said your maximum capacity. I think you need to get that machine today.
Definitely. There's an order coming. Don't worry, everyone.
So obviously, you are going to be planning to be opening different branches,
Yes.
right? And what's your timeline for this one?
So my dream for the brand in the long term is really to have at least one in all the major cities. It's a very universal snack, so I think it will work anywhere. But in the near future, this year, we've just signed a lease for a second outlet to be opening in Q2 in BGC. And we're also looking into, of course, Makati and QC. So if anyone wants to give us some spaces, hit me up.
Okay, what about the taste profile? Did you have to adjust to the local taste profile, or you kept it as authentic as possible?
I wouldn't say adjust, but we picked and chose what we thought would work in the Philippine market. So they have a really wide menu if you go over to Japan. But what we did was we chose what we thought would really cater to the Philippine market. So, of course, coffee, the sweeter, fruity side is what we brought over. But
Oh, you have beverages.
yes, we have beverages.
Oh, okay, I thought it's just the dessert itself and its variants.
Yes, so what makes this brand, Warabimochi Kamakura, different from all the other Warabimochi
Yes.
specialty shops is because they were able to incorporate the Warabimochi into the drinks. So what we do is we crush the Warabimochi and then we mix it with different fruits and syrups to be the stinkers of the drink. So it's like a bubble tea, but
Yes. I know we
Warabimochi.
completely jumped in the product. We didn't even explain what it is. Tell
Yes.
us what Warabimochi is all about.
Yes, so Warabimochi in itself is made of bracken starch. So a lot of people think it's like a variant of mochi, but I would say it's more like a cousin because it's made completely different from how our traditional mochi or what we know in the Philippines mochi to be. So mochi itself is made of glutinous rice. Warabimochi is made of bracken starch. Mochi is round, and in texture-wise, it's a bit hard, and there's always filling inside. While Warabimochi is more silky smooth in texture, more like a jelly.
Yes, yes.
With no filling. What we do is we coat it with different powders outside. So what we have now in store is the roasted soybean coated Warabimochi or original flavor, as well as a matcha coated Warabimochi.
And you put some sauce on top of it, which makes it
Yes.
savory, actually.
Yes, the sauce.
Am I wrong, or do I have the wrong taste profile? Or?
In itself, it's almost to the savory side, but the brown sugar sauce you put on top, or the kuromitsu sauce, it what makes it a dessert, I would say. 'cause
So
it
you
turns
didn't
it
have
to sweet.
any concerns in the past 3 weeks with your lines in front of the store about the taste profile?
No, I didn't really worry about the taste profile because a lot of the flavors that they've been able to modernize cater to more on the sweeter tooth, which we Filipinos have. So
All right.
our bestseller now in store is the strawberry milk Warabimochi drink, which has really also gone viral on TikTok.
Yeah, but
because
we'll
the
get back to
profile is
that,
good.
Victoria.
Yes.
And we're going to take a quick break. Industry Beacon will be right back. Stay with us here on the Billionaire News channel. And we're back. You're still watching Industry Beacon here on BNC. Still with us is the co-owner and general manager of Warabimochi Kamakura, Victoria Riingen. So we were talking about flavors before the commercial, and you said strawberry. What else do you have? Which is strawberry. Every Filipino loves strawberries.
Yes, yes. So aside from strawberry, we also have the matcha flavor as a bestseller. And I think it's because right now, matcha has become very trendy in the Philippines. A lot of people who don't drink coffee have switched over to matcha,
Yes.
so they don't
It's
get
a
the
global
coffee.
trend.
Yes, yes. So good timing that we also launched that flavor now in the Philippines, and the reception has been great with all our matcha flavors.
Do you
as well.
think you need to expand since it's popular? You're going to be opening in Q2 and and this and that. However, do you think you need to expand your menu so that you don't fall under the trend category, more like establishing the brand as we're here to stay?
Yes, definitely. The menu options we have is massive, but what we wanted to do to start off with was really pick and choose the best products that we thought would be
Yes.
good to introduce this very, very new concept. So people's first taste of Warabimochi should be the ones that will get them to keep coming back and be more open to trying out the new flavors that we do eventually introduce in the Philippines.
You're quite young, so there's a lot of things for you to explore, obviously. Any dream restaurant or any dream business that you want to establish here now that you've proven the fact that to your business partner, aka mom, that you're good for it. So, is there
Yeah.
any dream business or collaboration you'd like to do?
Dream business. So what I am interested in when it comes to the F&B space would be more on the takeout side. I don't want to go into any full service restaurants, and there are a lot of other international brands that I've already
Looking into.
looking into.
Yeah, what flavors are there? Is this grab and go concepts in terms of like readily made food? Is it dessert? Is it savory?
More desserts. So ice cream is one thing that has already been here for a while and Filipinos love, but there are some very new and interesting concepts that are coming up abroad, which I'm looking into. Another thing is yogurt. I think that's another up-and-coming thing here in the Philippines.
But let me go back to the yogurt thing because it's been around for a while in the market.
Yes,
what would you, like, for example, Warabimochi, people know mochi in the Philippines, right? What would make it different from the other yogurt assortments and offerings in the Philippines?
Yeah. So the word yogurt is already well loved in the Philippines. So we have the froyo, the yogurt milk, and the yogurt cups. But there are other things you can do with yogurt, just how we did other things with mochi. So there's another Japanese brand that I'm looking into who does yogurt waffles, which I found very interesting. Yogurt gelato, and different other flavors of yogurt.
So do you want to be known as the queen bee of, what should we call it, boutique desserts?
That would be nice. I'm not against that.
Okay, let's go back to Warabi.
Yes.
Are you planning to expand the menu to more savory like dishes, things that you can obviously cook in a skillet and stuff like that? Is that part of the menu offering?
So far, no. Not really towards more ulam type, I would say.
Yeah.
So we will be sticking to snacks and desserts. More savory desserts, yes. So in Japan, they even have a sesame-coated warabimochi, which I thought would be interesting to bring over soon as well. So that is the most savory type of warabimochi that they have.
What are the biggest challenges that you've faced before opening or where you are right now of having a foreign franchise in the Philippines?
Good question. One thing that I personally did not see would be the biggest hurdle would be importing the ingredients. So a lot of the ingredients, the Japanese principals gave us the option to source locally. But even after looking around here, there are just some things that I thought would taste better if we use the original ingredients in Japan. So being able to bring those ingredients over has been very difficult for us. The FDA process in the Philippines is very long. And of course, shipping is very expensive. So I guess that's the price we have to pay since we really want to be able to use the best products that we can for.
And best ingredients for your products, yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, so top 3 learnings that you wish you knew before opening the business.
Number one for me would be that us Filipinos like to dine in. Like we want to grab
We're not a
food.
grab and go culture.
No, we want to have a seat. So in our store, we initially only had 5 tables because the Warabimochi Kamakura concept around the world has always just been takeout. So our whole menu is takeout and we have one dine-in menu where we
So your customers are lost. Where do we sit?
Yes, they're like, oh, hold on, we'll find a seat before we order. And I'm like, no, you can just take it out. And they're like, what? Take out? No.
Okay, that's one.
Yes, that's one. Second would be not being afraid to lose some money to gain more customers. And what I mean by that is when we were planning on how we should market to our customers, a few days before the opening, I wanted to be able to give free products to people to taste it. My friends, family, and if they knew anyone who had a good following, we'd also send them some.
Yes.
And initially, I'd capped it to, okay, I just want to give 100 free products away. But now from the reception of those 100 free products, next time I shouldn't be even afraid to give out
Don't
more.
worry because you are on the morning slot before lunch. So our team members behind the camera are like looking at you with raven eyes. They want the mochi.
Don't
And then
worry.
number 3.
Don't worry.
And the third would be?
The third would be, I wish I had done this sooner.
Correct.
I
All
would
right.
say. But of course, with life, you you tried a lot of different things before you find the
You
one
are
thing
where you're
that
supposed to
love.
be, Victoria.
Yes.
That's what I should say to you.
Yes, yes.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
What's your biggest mistake?
Biggest mistake? Probably not something new to other business owners, but not, I guess, forecasting demand. Or maybe it's because we went viral. So I felt really bad when we sold out because I'm not one to like say no to a customer. So even when they came and they said, please, I'd like one, I'm like, I wish I could give you
But
one.
I can't.
One piece, I'll make it myself for you, but I can't.
But I'm glad you didn't mention your mom. You're still in good hands with her.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much, Victoria,
No,
for
thank
joining us this
you.
morning.
Thank you.
So, and that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Billionaire News channel on Free TV channel 31 and on cable via Cignal channel 24. Thanks for watching the Billionaire News channel. Always on top.